Hey everybody, welcome back to the Underwhelming Expectations podcast, the show where we talk about pretty much anything. And I have an icebreaker for you.
For me?
Yeah.
It's like specially made for me.
Yes. Well, now it is. I'm going to be totally honest with you. I didn't actually have one. I was just going to fucking improvise it like just off the dome. But you know what? Now I do. I do have one now because you asked that question. And it is, if you could rename yourself anything in the world, what would it be? No stupid names. I mean, like, you can name yourself anything. You can name yourself fucking Dovahkiin, fucking, I don't know.
I would rename myself to Logan because that's what my name was originally gonna be.
Blogan?
Logan.
Why, dude?
Because
Fuck.
my mom likes the Wolverine and shit.
That's
so
why. That's why.
Yeah, that's why. And she went with the Noah shit just because it's biblical and she wanted all her kids to be biblical. But she couldn't give me Logan, so she gave me Xavier for Professor Xavier for my middle name. So unfortunately, I didn't get to be a Hugh Jackman wannabe my entire life.
A huge Ackman.
What would you change yours?
Well, my parents wanted to name me
Lucid Diamond Eyes?
Lucid Diamond Eyes.
Yeah.
No.
Lucid Gaylord Jackass Diamond Eyes.
No, they said that my second choice name would be Hunter. I don't like that though. It would probably be like fucking, I don't know, man, like
Bozo.
Paul.
Paul?
Yeah.
Wait. This is your choice, right?
Yeah.
You want your name to be Paul.
What about like Paulthony?
That's not a real name.
What about like Throckmorton?
That's not... Okay, I have heard that before. I don't know where, but I have heard that before. What? Why though?
Okay, no. Those were, I don't know, Paul, because it's like simple, I guess.
Because you like that movie with that alien?
Paul. It's just, no, I like the monkey, He's like,
oh, hi, I'm Paul.
Hi, I'm Paul.
From Jimmy Neutron.
Yeah,
I do remember.
And all the other Nickelodeon shows.
Yeah, he's got 3 eyes just like you.
Yeah.
The only difference is you wear all that makeup to cover it up.
Oh. I was like making sure I put enough on today.
I thought you were gonna push your hair more, covering your forehead. Like, yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah. What are you talking about?
It's kind of rough today.
We're like third fry.
What do you think that would be like if like you got pink eye, but it was in your third eye instead of your main two?
Have you ever had pink eye?
No.
It fucking blows. It's honestly like the fucking worst. You've
had pink eye before?
Yeah, I've had pink eye before. It's been, dude, it was like, I was in high school because, dude, like one day, it wasn't even like when I woke up, it was at like 6 or 7 p.m., like after I ate dinner, my fucking eye, I think it was my right eye, my fucking eye just, dude, went ham. Like it started, dude, you ever get like something in your eye, like a grain of sand or something? Or just anything in your eye and it fucking hurts for like 1 second, but then you like you get it out. It's like that, but forever. Like you can't like just scratch it out or whatever. You have to fucking it's either if it's open, it's hurting pretty much.
Disgusting.
So, yeah,
dude.
it hurts like a motherfucker too. So like I got in the shower because I thought there was something in my eye after I tried. They call it, you know what? They call it pink eye because your eye gets pink from fucking trying to get it out.
Yeah.
It gets irritated and shit. That's why they call it pink eye. They don't call it pink eye because it the infection makes your eye pink. It's because
were you scratching your asshole and then you poked your eye? Or
I don't know, dude. I think I just got it. Maybe I shouldn't play on the phone so much on the toilet because I fucking I don't know,
you put
man.
Your shit particles on your phone.
A chain reaction or something just caused me to be fucked from the inside out.
I think that's the funniest shit, just to assume that everybody who has pink eye was scratching their asshole.
I like to think somebody farted on them, like on their pillow or something.
Oh yeah, dude.
That's pretty funny.
I haven't got that before, but like the thing that got me, that happened to me when I was really young, is I had salmonella. I ate raw meat. My parents theorized that
raw chicken.
I used to eat a lot of well, it's just raw meat in general. It could be poultry,
isn't it, like,
it could be pork.
Most commonly found in poultry though?
It's in poultry, yeah, but I guess I could have got it from that. What my parents theorize is that I used to eat IKEA meatballs a lot. I used to fucking love IKEA meatballs.
And that gave
dude.
you salmonella?
They think that maybe it wasn't cooked and
Damn.
it was a little raw and it fucked me up. But yeah,
You
I
could,
had the
you
bubble
could
guts
sue
for like
IKEA for that.
I could sue IKEA for that. I could take all their Norwegian or Swedish money, whatever
Swedish,
the fuck.
I think.
All their shekels. I'll give you the shekel king.
What
and
currency
just fucking,
does Sweden have?
I think currently right now they exchange in golden Chuck E. Cheese tokens.
Ah, right. You know, I read
I
some really fuck shit about Chuck E. Cheese's. That
what happened?
Because I don't know what era the fucking mascots, the animatronics in the band, like Five Nights at Freddy's, what era they went away at. But apparently, according to online sources, they used to have like motion tracking devices and like GPS signals in their robot chips.
That sounds like a crack of shit, dude.
Well, I mean, they would need motion tracking to like follow the kids and shit who are in the front row, so they could like point to people and be like, "You're next," and they'd like fucking pick them up.
And then smash the fucking guitar and go out there and
Yeah.
fucking Homer Simpson choke the life out of a fucking kid. Can you imagine that? It just does like it points like you're next, like they're at WWE and it's like John Cena versus The Undertaker.
Yeah.
And he just fucking points at him.
And he runs at you at like 20 miles an hour and just fucking crushes your head with his fucking paw.
He shotguns two monsters and he runs at you.
Jesus. I'd be truly terrified if that were the case.
That sounds like a total crack of shit though. Sounds like some fucking like creepypasta shit.
I was like, well, it wasn't. I don't think it was intended to be like scary. It was just like, hey guys, did you know that? But then again,
these robots are constantly watching you.
Yeah, and you will die in your sleep tonight if you don't send this to 5 other people.
And if you survive until 6 a.m., you get to go home.
They just like copy the plot for Five Nights at Freddy's.
Did you speaking of like that kind of like horror stuff, like with the animatronics and whatnot?
Yeah.
Do you know who the Banana Splits are by any chance?
Oh, dude, that sounds real familiar. That sounds
The
real
Banana
familiar.
Splits was an old Hanna-Barbera show, and it was a mix of like cartoons and then like live action of like these 3 characters. It was like a dog, an elephant, and I don't remember what the other one was. But there was like a live action show for a bit, and then they do cartoons and stuff. I think a couple years ago, some guy actually got the license to that, and he made a horror movie about them being animatronics, and they kill these fucking people.
Holy shit.
Dude, it's crazy. If you haven't seen it, it's fucking great. And it really sucks because the Banana Splits was like a huge failure, but like there's so much creepypasta about them.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Well, I think
but
that's that's like a common theme with a lot of old things that don't last very long. They have a like a reputation for just accumulating all this creepypasta shit. And I think it's solely based on the fact that there's not much information about it besides the small portion of time where they were on air. So it's easy to just assume the rest of the shit, fill in the blanks with scary stuff.
I remember I used to like watch the shit out of Boomerang when I was younger because
Yeah.
I'd actually watch TV,
Mhm.
and I would see little like commercials in between of like the Banana Splits' like intro where they're in like a tiny car racing around and they hit some fucking baby and he flies off and dies.
Jesus. Holy fuck.
He just splats against the fucking glass like a fucking rotten fucking pumpkin, dude.
And a pile of green ooze.
A pile of green ooze.
Dude, you know,
and then-
I was browsing Netflix, and they have a show. So first of all, I did not know that Twilight Zone had a second rendition in 2001 or like 1999 or something.
Yeah, it
I
came
did
back
not
for a
know
little
that.
bit.
Yeah, so it
Yeah.
came back for a little bit, and now there's a new version, 2020 Twilight Zone, narrated by Jordan Peele. So already I heard that and I'm like, that isn't very fitting of his character, but okay.
What do you mean? He's done a few horror movies.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. After only one, I haven't seen those horror movies, so the only time I've ever seen him is from fucking Key and Peele.
Are you
So-
expecting him to kick out from some
Yeah,
fucking
that
skits
would be
from Key and Peele?
fucking funny. I would have watched all of it last night if that were the case. But
Oh.
now I watched my favorite episode, which was Nightmare at 30,000 Feet.
Oh shit.
And it's like they put I think the description of it was puts a what's it called, like a new spin on a timeless classic or something. And honestly, it's like it was okay. It wasn't terrible, but at the same time, it wasn't very good. Like the acting wasn't very good in it, which is a shame because they had like A-list actors in that fucking.
I think that's kind of true to the original though, because the original wasn't very well acted either, dude.
Yeah.
It
Well, I
really
mean,
wasn't.
but it's excusable because it was made in like fucking 1968. So
it shouldn't be excusable. It should be believable. That's what it was
classic,
supposed to be
though.
when it came out.
Yeah, but I mean, how many seasons of Twilight Zone are there? Like fucking 10, 12?
I have no idea.
Like a lot. But it got better. But Nightmare at 30,000 Feet is like fucking season 1 or season 2 or something.
Do you think that you have what it takes to write an episode of Twilight Zone?
No, I'm not creative enough.
What if I did a setup for you? What if I did an improv setup and I let you do a story?
Yeah, okay, sure, why not? Do you have one, or are you just gonna fucking make some shit up on the spot?
Hold on. Let me look up something real quick.
Oh man, here we go.
Just to really solidify it.
Yeah, really bring it in.
Okay, he goes boo, 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 boo,
Yeah.
and it's the Twilight Zone.
Yeah, and the dude's like,
and then
enter the Twilight Zone.
He comes out like this. He's about to give it to you. You know what I mean?
Oh, he's about
And
to
he's
give
like,
it to me?
He's about to give it to you, dude.
Yeah.
You know he had to do it to him. And he's got
Dude, what if he just came in, right, and he was just like the fucking
That's what he
narrator
does.
just fucking standing there, and he's like,
That's what he does.
he's like, my name is Daniel, and today you're watching, today you're watching Twilight Zone.
He goes, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Twilight Zone. Imagine this. It's April 17th, 1961, the Bay of Pigs. You're there, trapped with your convoy, surrounded by enemies, engulfed in flames because you just got out of an explosion with your convoy.
Yeah.
You have completely separated from your group and search through the woods, but find nothing but a strange mansion in the middle of the jungle with nobody around.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Is that the setup that you're giving me?
Yes, that's the setup.
Okay,
and then
so
it pans into the scene from the top down like a drone into this you dressed up as a soldier with a, you're kind of burnt, you got some cuts, you have your gun, and you're in front of this giant Disney's haunted mansion.
Uh-huh. All right, you want me to read you what the plot idea is for me?
The plot idea is...
Okay, so the soldier, right? I'm not the soldier. I'm simply casting the soldier. But the soldier...
Is the soldier black or white?
And why does it matter?
I need to know.
He's white.
Oh, of course he is.
It's 1971. The ratio of black to white soldiers is like 85 to 15.
I see. You're trying to use statistics to justify his
I
race.
am, because that's what makes sense.
All right, carry on.
Okay,
carry
so
on.
the soldier has his buddy who's a black soldier, and they go.
Okay, now you feel the need to insert. It's going to be the token black guy. He's going to die first.
No, nobody dies.
Yeah.
Nobody dies.
Oh,
in the
really?
Fucking, yeah. No. Why don't you fucking let me read you the goddamn plot that I have assigned?
Okay,
all right?
go for it. Go.
So anyway, these two soldiers go into the mansion, and it's all creaky as fucking dusty, and there's nobody in there, and they're rummaging through all the fucking drawers and shit, and the main character soldier finds a family photo of his mom, dad, and him as like a kid. So he's like obviously sketched out, and he's like, what the fuck do I do? So he searches around more and keeps finding like old memorabilia of his family's past, like fucking china sets and like old pictures and old toys he used to have when he was a kid. And so he and his friend are trying to search for more and more shit that could lead to who owned the mansion or whatever. And they search and they can't find anything else. And then the attic the ladder from the attic they hear like a loud crash from upstairs. So they go investigate, and the ladder is like down, but they don't remember it being down. So they go check upstairs in the attic, and they find his parents' dead bodies just chilling in the fucking attic. They're all decrepit and shit. But the thing is, though, they're not like skeletons and shit. They're just like mummified, and they're super old, and the skin's all wrinkly and shit. But he just talked to his parents like 2 days ago, so he's trying to figure out who the fuck these people are that look exactly like his parents. And it turns out that like these two people were I don't know, like imposters or something, but the dead people are his true parents. And and he just doesn't realize that he grew up in that mansion or whatever, which explains all the fucking pictures and toys and shit. That'd be my episode. That was all.
Wait, so
what?
What's
Loose ends.
how does that come full circle to it being in the middle of the fucking jungle in Cuba during the Bay of
I
Pigs?
don't fucking know. Just because that's where he grew up, I guess. I don't know, dude. What do you want me to say?
He goes back downstairs.
I'm thinking like one step ahead at a time. I'm not thinking that far in advance.
Okay, well, that's okay. I thought at some point it'd bring back to why it's in the middle of nowhere. And wait, so what's the point of having his black friend there?
I don't know. He's just there.
Does his black friend not see memorabilia? It would be cool if the black friend also found the same memorabilia. Like
What, they were
the white
brothers
guy
or
would
something?
be like, no. The white guy would be like, oh, dude, look at this picture. That's me when I was a kid. And he gives it to the black guy, and the black guy's like, no, this is a picture of me when I was a kid. And they see two completely different pictures.
Oh, that'd be pretty cool. But
that'd be
there's too much
fucking wicked.
supernatural shit in that to explain, though. You got to keep it like mild with the supernatural shit.
Well, I mean, you want to keep it mild as far as like that episode with that gremlin on the plane.
You know, that's Nightmare at 30,000
There's
feet.
something on the wing.
You know, there's
something
in the fucking new episode that I watched yesterday, mind you. There's an homage to the only homage, and that is at the very fucking end of it. There's like a little toy of the gremlin dude. I won't spoil it. It's got a completely different ending, so I won't spoil it. But
oh, that's sick.
it's
dude.
It's pretty cool, honestly. The episode wasn't terrible. I'll probably
love
watch
that.
it again. It's like 45
I
minutes.
imagine that when that first came out, like the original first came out, it scared the fuck out of some
absolutely,
people.
dude.
But for me, it was a comedy, dude.
Yeah.
It was
oh
like
yeah,
watching
no,
Airplane.
for sure. It was funny because like, dude, like the fucking gremlin dude had no ill will or like fucking negative intentions towards anything.
Just
he
to
was
fuck
chilling.
with this one guy.
He was
just to fuck with this one
he
guy.
was just chilling the entire time, and then the only thing that you could say he did wrong was try to like tear up the fucking wing thing. But that's just because he was curious. He wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna take this fucking plane down and like try to tear it up. He was just like, oh, I wonder what's under here, and he like tore it up. And even then, it didn't like crash the plane. Yeah, it fucking caused a malfunction, but they landed safely.
Something on the wing. There's something. And then he gets some stupid fucking lady to go look. He's like, oh, there's nothing out there.
and then he's like, oh, okay, thank you for checking. And then he immediately looks back, and it's just right there in the fucking window again.
And he says, oh, thank you for checking. And then he does the line of Coke that's in front of him on the platter and looks back out the window again.
And he's got a poo-poo platter right next to him.
Who ordered the poo-poo platter?
Dude, I need to watch that movie again.
Can we talk about? I was watching I watch a lot of like amusement park videos.
Yeah. Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean
because-
amusement park videos?
Like about like parts of like Disneyland or parts of Universal and like stuff that I can't go to anymore because they don't exist or anything like that. And there was have you ever been to California Adventure?
Yeah, I think like maybe once when I was a kid.
So I went when I was a kid, and when I was there, they had a whole Bugs Life area to it. Like straight up. Like that's what the poo-poo platter thing reminds me of, because I'm like, oh, that's Bugs Life. And I was watching a video. It doesn't exist anymore. It's actually going to be replaced for this like Avengers thing, which is fucking sick. It sucks, but it's super sick because I love Avengers more than I love fucking Bugs Life.
Yeah.
Anyways, have I ever told you the nightmare story that I had going to California Adventure?
No, please tell me. This sounds interesting.
So California Adventure is like kind of an offshoot of like a main Disneyland or
like
Disney
Universal,
World,
like Studio Universal or something.
Yeah, and it was cool. It had a lot of cool shit. It had a Toontown, which is fucking awesome.
Yeah, Toontown's
I got
sick.
to go into Mickey's creepy pedophile basement and shake hands with him. Actually,
Uh-huh.
I didn't do it. My sister did it for me. I was scared of all the people dressed up, and when we got there, I got this booklet that I'm supposed to get all them to sign, and I just gave it to my sister because I was crying and I couldn't do it. Like you see Buzz Lightyear, he's just.
Oh my God, he's just a giant.
And I'm like, and it was even worse because it was right near where the Pirates of the Caribbean shit is, and I hate the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Wait, why?
Dude. Because okay, so I don't like water rides, and I don't like water rides in shallow water.
Why?
Because I can see they put things in the water like skeletons and like gold and shit for me to look. I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't do it.
So whenever you go to, when's the last time you went to Disneyland?
Since then,
That was
I've
the last
never
time?
gone back.
Dude.
I've never gone back, dude.
Dude, I remember,
never
like,
wanted to go back.
I remember I went to nah, it wasn't really like a I went to, but usually when I go to fucking theme parks, the water rides are like the first ones I do. Because they're so
really?
fucking fun, dude. I love water rides.
Yeah,
Especially
the
the
only
Pirates of
ones-
the Caribbean one.
I can't fucking do it, dude. It's so eerie. It's so and the animatronics are so like just so fucking like static and just creepy. So there was that. I only enjoyed one thing there, and it was that it was like a Thunder Mountain thing that they had there. It was
Oh,
like a
dude, Thunder
mini
Mountain's sick
version
as
of that.
fuck.
Anyways, so we get there, and I was having fun for a little bit. They had some Toy Story stuff. We won some games. There is a roller coaster there that's shaped like Mickey Mouse's head, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's off of the part of the park that's on a dock. And I don't like roller coasters. I'm not a heights person. I'm deathly afraid of heights. I'll barely even get close to the railing on the patio in my fucking apartment. Like I can't do it because I just don't want to fall. So
You're a
I'll
little
avoid
weenie.
anything. At all costs, I will avoid falling off of anything.
Yeah.
So I hate roller coasters. My sister knows it. She starts gassing me up, calling me a little pussy and shit, saying I'm a little bitch for not going on this. And it makes me so mad. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to fucking show you. I'm going to get on this shit. So I got on it. My sister got on it. My dad and my mom went on it. And I was all fucking tough guy the whole time, dude.
Yeah.
Rock hard.
Yeah.
All the way up until I got in there. And then when it went and it locked in, I was like, oh shit, this is real.
Oh, shit, dude.
And I started panicking and like waving my arms.
Yeah.
And then it started to move, so I grabbed onto it.
Yeah.
And when it starts off, it actually goes down and it goes near the water. And this is like actual water. This is like
Oh, it's
off the
real
fucking-
water. Oh,
it's real
shit.
water. Like there are fucking like fish and shit
As
that could
opposed
be
to
in there.
the fake water.
And keep in mind, the day before, I went to Universal Studios and I went on the Jaws thing.
Yeah.
And I was not too keen on that either.
The Jaws thing? That sounds terrifying. Wait, that sounds
Yeah,
actually scary, though.
There's like a giant animatronic that like pulls up next to you out of the water and
Oh,
shit.
fuck.
So I was already traumatized from the previous day.
Dude, somebody could
So-
actually die on that fucking thing.
Yeah, I fucking panicked, right? And I started freaking out. And so we went off, right? We went and it went off real quick. And I was just screaming. I was the whole time, dude. And my dad was next to me, and I was trying to grab my dad and hold on to him, but he kept hitting my hands off, hitting my hands away from him. And so I'm like this the whole time, and he's slapping the shit out of my hands, like, get off me, get off me. And I was screaming the whole time, and then it finally ended, and I got off, and I was fucking bawling, dude. I was crying.
Dude.
And nothing would make me happy, so they got me, like, those big giant novelty lollipops. And I
Those
sat
are
on a
gross
park
as
bench.
Fuck, dude.
They are disgusting. I didn't even finish it. I'm pretty sure I threw it away because
Yeah.
it tasted like ass. But I mean, it made me okay for a while. And then after that, we went to the Pirates of the Caribbean. Hated that. I did this Pinocchio thing where it's like a water ride again, and it's at night.
More
and you
fucking
actually go
water rides.
You go inside of the whale. You go inside of fucking Moby Dick, and it's awful. I hated it.
It's Monstro.
then-
Monstro's the whale.
No, monster, whatever the fuck he is. I don't know. I don't fucking give a shit about Pinocchio. But there's that, and then what else? Fuck, there was something else that was really traumatic. Oh yeah, the Bugs Life thing. So we did 2 days there. The second day we went back for Bugs Life, and they have like generic fucking like games and shit there. They have bumper cars. They have like a little maze and stuff like that. They had a whatchamacallit, a 4D theater. You know, where you go and you feel shit.
Yeah, well, it's you don't.
As you. But so it was for Bugs Life, right? And
Yeah.
so far it was like it was dark. It was supposed to look like you were the inside of an anthill, and I wasn't vibing. I wasn't vibing.
On the inside of that sounds so fucking lame.
Yeah, but so you sit down there and then you watch the thing, and it's some bugs doing these circus acts and shit, and then out of nowhere, the main bad guy. You remember the cricket? What the fuck is his name?
It's dude. I can't remember his name, but I know what he.
I don't know. I can't remember his name either, but there's like this really like fucking like articulate animatronic that pops out, and it like moves like really like fucking real.
Yeah.
And he comes out and he's like, "Fuck you humans, you're trying to fucking kill
my
us."
god.
And then they do this thing where they spray you, and it's supposed to be like they're spraying you
With
like bug
pesticide.
spray. Yeah, with pesticide. And then he's like, okay, spiders, come out. And then from the fucking ceiling, these big spiders drop down, like giant fucking like huge spiders, and they have big red glowing eyes.
How close do they
and
get
they
to
drop down, dude. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm probably exaggerating because I felt like they were really fucking close to me. But in reality, they probably weren't that close.
Maybe
to
like
me.
a foot and a half, like 2 feet.
Maybe like 5 feet, 4 feet away from me.
Yeah,
like
they
came down, dude.
Yeah.
And I was fucking terrified. And before that, you know, they have those things in the chairs that kind of like bump you and shit. And you feel shit, and I didn't like it. That was horrible. It
Haptic
ruined my entire trip.
Yeah.
It ruined my entire trip from being there.
Dude.
The only thing that made it up was at the end of the day, they had a little food place, and it was a Pizza Planet. And I was like,
fuck yeah.
I was like, yeah.
That
dude,
sounds
fucking love Pizza Planet. Oh my god.
Dude, Pizza Planet was like, I remember watching Toy Story the first time, and Pizza Planet, like witnessing it the first time was the most enchanting thing ever. Because I saw it and I'm like, I want to go there. I'm like, I want to go to Pizza Planet.
From like the very start to the two robots with like the pizza fucking spears, and they let you in. And then it's all like black light, glow in the dark.
Yeah,
on the inside.
And it's like an arcade and shit.
And those vending machines where it's like an alien and he spits out the soda out of his mouth.
Oh
that
my
shit
god,
was fucking cool, dude.
I want to go to Pizza Planet.
They're gonna make one. They're gonna. I think there's one actually at the Toy Story Land at the Orlando Disney World, I think.
Fuck a Chuck E. Cheese. I want to go to Pizza Planet.
I want to go fucking pizza, dude. Ever since I was a kid, I always wanted to go to a fucking Pizza Planet. It's so fucking bad.
Do you remember what that local pizza joint was that was also an arcade in Texas? What the fuck was it called?
Peter Piper.
Yeah, that one. That was
Peter
a little
Piper
better.
Pizza.
Yeah.
I fucking love Peter Piper Pizza, dude. There used to be one
much better
here close to me, but they shut it down. The only one that I know of that's close is out in Mesquite, and that's like a 45-minute drive. It's in a mall too.
A rat problem or something.
I don't know what they have. They probably have a cancer problem. If I had to guess anything.
Rat pizza. Who wants rat pizza?
Wait, yeah. I always wondered, like back on the Chuck E. Cheese shit, why would you choose a rat to be your mascot?
I don't know.
Or is he's supposed to be a mouse, but he looks like a rat.
He's pretty much a rat. I mean, what makes a rat different than a mouse?
They're bigger.
I guess.
And that's the biggest fucking rat ever.
Yeah, that's
the biggest fucking mouse, I guess.
I guess he's a mouse.
And I'm pretty sure his tail is like a rat too. That's all around not a good choice. Yeah.
They probably have like asbestos in the ceiling and shit.
Were you able to go to Chuck E. Cheese's back when they had animatronics?
No. Well, maybe. I don't know. That's a really fuzzy question because like that was a long time ago and I don't remember ever going to Chuck E. Cheese. Maybe like once. Maybe I went to Chuck E. Cheese like one time ever. And if I did, then it was like a long fucking time ago.
I only went a couple times because, you know, it's kind of expensive to go if you're going to take kids and you want them to like hang out and play games for for like a good bit. Mm-hmm. But I was definitely there when the animatronics were still around. I was there. I went to like multiple different Chuck E. Cheese's. From the first one that I went to was when I lived in Arizona. When I lived in Phoenix, there's one that still had I don't know if you've seen pictures of it, but they're like a band. And they sit on the stage and they play instruments and sing songs.
Yeah, I've seen
but
that.
all the way throughout the arcade, there's these little doors that open up, and there's like animatronics that pop their head out of there and shit, and like say some goofy fucking bullshit.
Like what?
I'm going to kill you at 12 p.m.
They just tonight at 8 p.m. Check your closet.
They openly just talk about when they're gonna kill someone. Speaking of that kind of shit, did you ever actually play Five Nights at Freddy's?
Mm-mm.
No?
But I've seen enough gameplay at the point where I pretty much played it.
I played every single one. And
really?
To be honest with you, the only one that I really liked a lot that actually had like a huge horror aspect was
the first one.
It wasn't even Five Nights at Freddy's. It was Sister Location. Sister Location was a really good one.
What the fuck is that?
Sister Location it's not Five Nights at Freddy's, so it's not Freddy Fazbear and the other retards that hang out with him. it's these three. There's like Baby, which is like a she's like a mime.
Yeah.
And then there's the ballerina one.
Yeah.
And then there's the ballerina shit. Really fucks me up, dude. I hate that shit so much.
Yeah, I've seen gameplay of it.
I hate scenes in movies where they make you listen rather than see. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We'll give
And
it.
that's like one of
Yeah.
those things because you're in a room, right, and you have to go restart this generator or some shit, and you have to crawl to the other side of the room, right, but
Yeah.
it's pitch black and she's turned on, but if she sees you she's gonna kill you.
Yeah.
So the only thing that you can hear is like her music, and like every now and then if you move for a little bit and she thinks you're there, then you stop moving and she'll like dance, and you can see her like little ballet feet like spin right in front of you, and you're like so you do like a little baby like crawl all the
Yeah.
way over to like the little hatch.
Yeah.
That shit's like really terrifying. That really fucked me up.
Jesus.
Like bad. It's fun, but I mean, they're novelty, but they do get kind of boring and they're not really good for replayability.
Yeah. Well, I feel like that's a
But-
lot of horror games.
It's definitely something that you should save for like Halloween if you're wanting to do like something spooky. I might do that. I have a bunch of games that I've been wanting to get
Like a
for
backlog?
like for like a spooky night or like
Uh-huh.
Halloween. Like I want to play through like all the DLC for Left 4 Dead.
Mm-hmm.
I want to play through all the Fear games, including 3.
Mm-hmm.
And 3 at that point isn't like a horror game. It's just an action game with a lot of blood, but it's still part of the series. And then I wanted to play Silent Hill Shattered Memories because I really like that one.
You should play
Super
PT
good.
again.
PT, I can't do
You
it.
don't have it on your.
I don't have it. I have it in my library, but I don't have it
Oh.
on. Did we ever talk about PT?
Yeah, we talked about PT.
Have we?
Yeah, we definitely
like
talked about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we talked about it.
Damn. Shit.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of PT, Death Stranding coming to PC. Does that mean you're gonna play it?
Probably not. No. Well, I don't know. Maybe.
not?
I don't know. Is it coming on Steam or what? What's
Yeah,
the,
it's coming on Steam.
Uh,
You get cool Half-Life stuff too for Norman Reedus.
maybe. I don't know. We'll give
What do you
we'll
mean?
give it a try.
What do you mean maybe?
That's what, $60?
Yeah.
It's an investment.
What do you mean it's a fucking investment? Do you buy skins on any game by any chance?
Yeah.
Do you buy? How much do you think you've spent in skins?
Oh, I don't have to guess. I know how much I've spent.
How much have you spent? Give me a ballpark number.
I think over $800.
So you can't seem to save money for a $60 game, yet pay $800.
Oh no.
bucks
It's
for
not a
something
matter of me
cosmetic.
not being able to save money. It's a matter of me not wanting to spend $60 on a game.
Listen, you have my seal of approval on Death Stranding. Okay, it's fantastic. It's not something that you rush through. It's something you take your time with. It's something that you chill out with. If you really want to rush through it and do some action shit, you can go and find that shit yourself, but you don't have to.
Mm-hmm.
And the soundtrack's amazing. It's really pretty. I don't see. Here's the thing. It's on PC, but I'm not sure like what the PC spec requirements are for that game because
I mean, I could probably run
it's
it.
a really nice looking game.
I have
really
I
nice.
mean, I have a pretty good computer.
Looks at pizza box with cords sticking out of it.
I've always wanted to do that. I've always wanted to make like just a fucking ridiculous PC case, like a fucking Tupperware container. That
I always wanted to make a fight stick out of like a pizza box or a UPS box because
Dude.
I've seen that before.
Yeah.
I went to a couple tournaments a while back and there's a guy who did that,
Mhm.
and I'm like, damn, you fucking made that shit.
Hell
That shit's
yeah.
garbage, but man, it
That
feels good
shit's
to play.
Garbage.
Man, these buttons feel godlike, dude. What are these Sanwas? Come on.
It's fucking garbage.
I'm hitting all the fucking what's it the god hand lightning god hands
I watched Monty Python and the Holy Grail last night.
for the first time.
No, just rewatching it. I was
what-
waiting for a friend he said he was gonna do something, then we played Melee, and I was waiting for him, and I got bored, so I just started watching the fucking movie with the intention of just like skipping to the parts that I like, and then I'm just watching the whole fucking thing over again.
Yes, fuck yes, dude.
It's so good, man. It's so
it's
good.
really funny.
And what?
That era of like comedy, like as far as like Monty Python and like Mel Brooks like movies.
Mhm.
Oh, dude, some of the jokes have like so here's the thing: Mel Brooks jokes are still funny, but they don't hold up today because people can get offended by them.
Yeah.
Monty Python jokes hold up today because nobody can get offended of them really.
It's
They
all
don't make
slapstick
jokes
humor.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all slapstick. They don't like make any like racial like
Yeah.
jokes or any like none of this is Blazing Saddle shit. Monty
Yeah.
Python's a whole different
Yeah.
beast.
I remember when I very first watched it for the first time, I was over at my friend's house, and he was like, "Hey man, have you heard of Monty Python and the Holy Grail?" And I'm like, "No." And so we watched it, and we were fucking laughing our dicks off. We're like, damn, this movie's funny as hell.
Yeah,
And
it's
then
super funny.
I went back to my house, right, like a week later, and it was like movie night or whatever. My parents were like, what should we watch? And I'm like, oh, I know one. And I told them about it. And they had never heard of it. And they were like, okay, we'll give it a shot. And so we watched it, and they didn't laugh at fucking anything. They, like, did not find humor in any of the jokes or anything like that. And they They ended up turning it off after, like, fucking 15 or 20 minutes.
What the fuck, dude?
Yeah, I was
that's
pissed.
like,
I'm like, damn, they got
that's
some
like
funny fucking
humor
jokes.
and comedy that's kind of relative to like their demographic and like their age, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I don't know. They just didn't think it was funny. I don't think they think fucking European humor is funny at all.
My dad likes Monty Python, but he struggles with watching the whole movie because he likes specific bits.
Yeah, I can understand
it's not consistently there. But when it comes to Mel Brooks, because that's more Americanized like comedy, he'll watch the shit out of all those. He'll watch the shit out of Blazing Saddles and Young Frankenstein and History of the World and shit. I watched the shit out of him. I watched Monty Python all the way through with him one time, and he had never seen it. He'd only heard about it, and he maybe laughed at only a few things, and I laughed with him. But when I laughed at like all the jokes that are made when what's his face it's one of the knights that goes to that castle full of women.
Sir Galahad.
Yeah, Sir Galahad, when he goes in there and they pull him away. Yeah. They go find him and pull him away, and he's desperately trying to fucking stay there.
Yeah. And then they pull him away, and the fucking nun's like, shit.
Yeah. Then I was like, shit, another one got away.
Oh my god, dude.
That and then the bit where that guy stops the wedding. That one night stops the wedding.
And it's like it's the same 3 shots of him like running to them.
Running to them.
And then like the next shot, he's like fucking already there, but I don't know, man. Like previously, he was fucking like the first 200 shots, fucking meters away.
He's running, and then the last shot, he's there, and he stabs one of them, and then runs inside.
And the dude's like, oh shit.
Yeah,
he
like,
just doesn't do anything.
That, and then doesn't he kill everybody there?
He kills like almost everybody there, and then he fucking makes friends with the dude's dad because he was like, oh, I'm from Camelot, and the guy's like, oh, you're from Camelot, oh, so you must have like a lot of assets then, and he's like, yeah. And then he's like, oh, okay, well, I can, it's not that big of a deal. Like, it's whatever. And then he gets back and he's like, all right, everybody, this is all one big misunderstanding. Like, this is my good friend, Sir Lancelot. And they're like, he killed my auntie. And it's just the...
That shit's fucking... Because the whole time he thinks that he got kidnapped, right? And so he's just like, I'll go in there and I'll murder everyone and save him like the night I am. Yeah.
And then he goes in there and
he's killing old people and he's killing like these fucking ladies.
And he gets in there and he's like, oh, you're a dude. And he's like, I was under the assumption that you were a female.
Wasn't the son of the king like he was like a pussy, right? And he was gonna like jump out of the window or something like that.
Yeah, he wanted him to escape with Lancelot.
Yeah, I remember that.
And then Lancelot was like not having it, and he's like, he was like, nah, I don't think I'm supposed to be here. Like, I should go.
That and the troll on the bridge still kills me every fucking time, dude.
I think my favorite bit is is like the fucking narrator bit where it's just this dude, like this old guy standing in the middle of like a forest or whatever, and he's like narrating what's about to happen and the next part. And then, like, an old-style knight just rides by and fucking slashes his throat, and he, like, dies on the spot.
Oh, yeah.
And then, like, everyone rushes out, and they're like, holy shit. Yeah. And, like, the rest of the movie is spent... That's what the entire, like, premise of the movie is based on, like, these new... I think what seals it is the fact that whenever they cut back to... like the police investigating the thing, it's only like 5 seconds.
Oh yeah,
it's like 4 to 5 seconds of like them making progress about the case.
The police are actually chasing them the whole time. I forget that. Oh my fucking god! So I completely. I do you remember the bit when they go up into the mountain with those giants and what the fuck is it? What they keep saying the same thing over and over because they're not speaking English to them. What the fuck is it?
What are you talking about?
They're like the tree giants or whatever.
Oh, you mean the Knights Who Say Ni?
Yeah, the Knights Who Say Ni.
Yeah, they're just like regular dudes, and they speak English, and they call themselves the Knights Who Say Ni, and apparently that Ni is like, I watched that last night, and I was still trying to figure out if there was like an inside joke or like more to the joke than what the simple fact that nobody likes hearing Ni or something. I don't know. I was trying to figure it out. I'm like, what does this mean? Because it changes later after they bring him a shrubbery, right? Which is what they ask for. They're like, oh, bring us a shrubbery, and they fucking go to the village and they find a shrubbery, or a dude who sells shrubbery. So they go back, give him the shrubbery, and then they're like, oh, we can't accept this because we're no longer the nice who say ni. And they're like, oh, we're now the nice who say like icky fucking it's like a whole whole ass thing. And they're like, we're not gonna get you another shrubbery. And fucking I forget who fucking, I guess King Arthur says it or something. He just says the word it and they freak out and they're like, oh, he said the word, he said the thing. And they freak out at the word it, so they fucking just get past him because of stupidity.
Did you ever watch History of the World by any chance?
Oh man, is that with Bill Wirtz or what?
No, that's a Mel Brooks movie.
Oh no.
It goes through like so it's basically like Monty Python shit. You know how it's the same people playing different characters throughout the whole fucking movie. Mm-hmm. It's that, except it's different parts in time, but they're all played by the same people. So there's one part with that kills me every fucking time. It kills my dad too. And it's Moses, and he comes down, and it's Mel Brooks as Moses, and he comes down with his commandments, right? Mm-hmm. He has 10 in each fucking stone, and he's like, I come here bearing 20 commandments, and he drops one of them and it breaks, and he looks at everybody and he's like, 10 commandments. And there's like the whole bit of a caveman. There's what the fuck is it? They're teaching them or they're teaching themselves like how to use fire and shit.
Yeah.
And they figure out how to play instruments and shit, and it's so shitty, dude. Mm-hmm. It's like Mussolini's Cantina. It's fucking horrible. And then there's another part that me and my dad quote all the time, and there's this part where it's like British like kings and queens and shit, mm-hmm. and it's Mel Brooks again as the fucking king, and he's literally just like, imagine if you had a day to yourself where you can do whatever the fuck you want, right? Whatever you want, mm-hmm. It doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. So he goes out there and he has these hot maids around, and he's constantly like flipping their skirts and shit, and like fucking like dry humping them and whatever. Okay. And after every single thing that he does, he's like, it's good to be king. And then he goes outside of the courtyard, and instead of playing chess with like little like pieces, he has these people dress up as like chess pieces and they move themselves. And then there's a part, I think he kicks one of them down and they roll over and hit the other ones. But like, it's so good. That shit is so fucking good. That's probably one of my favorites besides Blazing Saddles, as far as like that old. But Blazing Saddles really like, it's like racially like charged, dude.
Yeah, the movie
like,
aged really well, actually, surprisingly, like
yeah,
for what it was, for what it is.
I think it's because it's just more of a cult classic kind of thing. To be honest with you, I don't think it's carried by its comedy that much. Mm-hmm. Just the fact that it was, it's funny, and I see the argument online where it's like, if you think like Blazing Saddles is really funny today, you're a terrible person, and it's like, come on, dude.
No, you can still think things are funny.
It was a different time, but I'm not going to feel bad about laughing at like black white jokes and shit. Yeah. Just like I won't laugh about the fucking the nun in Airplane speaking jive to those two black guys.
That is so fun. I was just about to mention Airplane, like how that's one of my favorite movies.
Sister, it buttered me to the bone.
I don't know, jive turkey.
I ain't no jive turkey. And then I see that constant use of that bit from Airplane where it's like that girl panicking and people are taking turns slapping the shit out of her.
Get a hold of yourself.
Get a hold of yourself. Yeah. And then it pans back to the rest, and there's like a guy with like a morning star and like a bat and
like nunchucks, a gun. The one dude like cocks his gun back.
Yeah, and then the whole joke's with like, hey, you're Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
I'm not Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I was busting my buns out there in the court. I fucking love that movie.
That shit in like Auto, just like dry humping the shit out of anybody who goes in the cockpit.
I think Good Luck We're All Counting on You is probably my favorite running joke in that.
No, I think mine is when they go Shirley, you don't believe it, and he's like, I do believe it, and don't call me Shirley.
Uh-huh.
That and the part where they go and get the what's the control tower like captain
Yeah.
from his house,
Yeah.
and he puts on his clothes in the mirror, and then
Yeah.
he steps through the mirror, and then when they get in the car, there's like a green screen behind them, and at some point it's just like cowboys and like horses
Yeah.
like on the back like chasing.
The fucking that other dude at the ATC that or the tower control was like,
Yeah.
oh, I picked a bad day to stop sniffing glue.
Yeah,
And
I
he, like-
I picked a bad day to stop sniffing glue. I picked a bad day to stop doing cocaine. He's like he says it all,
gets
and then
just
that other guy,
progressively worse.
that fucking idiot that's with him, that like he's like he takes the map and he's like, oh well, he gives him the map and he's like, well, what do you make of this? And he's like, I don't know, it could be a bird, it could be a plane, it could be a hat. He's such an idiot, dude. That shit's fucking hilarious.
They're like, oh, we better get this sorted out before shit hits the fan, and then like a pile of shit. Oh, that movie is so fucking good.
It's so fucking good, dude. He has a drinking problem.
Yeah. It's
He
like
can't fucking drink.
it just spills the water on like all the fucking
Oh
town.
god, dude, that whole
That movie is
dude.
literally jokes from like beginning to end. I think that movie averages at like a fucking joke a minute. Obviously, like
I think so.
I don't know how they do it. There's jokes every
Oh,
fucking minute.
dude.
It's so good.
Oh man, man, those kinds of movies like Police Academy and Naked Gun. Holy shit, dude. Ah, I love those movies. The slapstick comedy. It's kind of like retro comedy in a way,
Yeah, sort of,
because
yeah.
I mean,
Dude, Leslie
it
Nielsen
pertains-
is so fucking funny, and it's so sad
Oh,
that he's
dude.
dead because holy shit, dude, he made some fucking classics.
yeah, he fucking did, dude.
Such a good actor.
What the fuck is his name? Steve Martin. Did you ever watch The Jerk?
No, what year?
It's I don't remember the year. I watched it with my dad forever ago, and I've watched it maybe two times since then. And it's a slapstick comedy about him, and he's like a retard. Like he's like journeying his way across the country and shit.
Uh-huh.
And there's this one point where this dog follows him, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's early on in the movie, and he gets his job at this gas station, and the dog shows up, and the owner is like, whose dog is that? And he's like, I guess it's mine, because it keeps following me. And he's like, oh, it's a little shithead. And he's like, yeah, that's right, that's a good name. Come here, shithead. And he calls him shithead the entire fucking movie. And there's just like a lot of really funny slapsticky shit.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're looking for like that like era of like Airplane, Naked Gun, like Leslie Nielsen-esque kind of comedy, that movie's a perfect example of that shit, dude. The Jerk is so funny. I need to see it. I haven't watched it in a long time.
Damn, well, hopefully it's aged well.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. It wasn't anything that was really I don't know, inclusive to people that would only live in that time or anything like that, or part of that generation. I mean, if I think it's funny now, I mean, fuck, there's a billion other people that are probably just like me that think it's funny still.
Right.
But yeah, if it weren't for my dad, I would have never found any of those fucking movies, because he is like, I don't want to say that like my dad's like makes racist jokes all the times, but he definitely knows how to take like a joke like that and just make it the funniest fucking shit ever. It's hilarious. Yeah, I can see how it makes people uncomfortable. I really do. But it's like what we were talking about last time with like the old cartoons from like the 40s. You know, they're a product of their time.
I mean, you can't fault somebody for fucking making a movie that's topical in the era that it was made. Because that's just, I mean, it's not like people make movies with the intent that they're only going to be out for like 6 months or whatever, and then nobody's ever going to see them again.
I mean, I got a hot take, okay?
Yeah.
You're only offended by things you choose to get offended by. Let's be real. Okay?
Yeah.
You don't have to get offended by anything unless you take it to heart, and if you do, then you still have the choice to blow it off or be offended by it.
Yeah. Well, I think that is a technique that people learn. I don't think that people are inherently not offended by anything. However, I do think that it is something that can be learned, like not being offended by anything or just brushing stuff off, because I think naturally people want to experience some sort of, I don't know how to put it otherwise, but I would guess just say offended about stuff. Like people just that's just how people are. Like people get offended at things, but you can, I believe, learn to just I don't know brush it off or not care about it. But not everybody's like that.
I mean, I understand that 100% because my girlfriend's not like that at all.
Yeah.
And I think it's more so because of the way my family is. Like, my family, we don't really give a fuck about anybody else's feelings, let alone our own, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, we're unfazed by anything as far as like expressing ourselves. We do, but we choose other avenues besides actually talking.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, there's a lot of artists in my family. There's a lot of like people who do like media. There's a lot of people that do, you know, physical laborers work and shit like that. So I guess that's kind of like their avenue for expressing themselves. But yeah, I don't give a fuck about what anybody says, dude. I take nothing to heart. I mean, let's be honest, okay? We both kind of grew up being on 4chan, all right? We were both on B a lot, all right?
Mm-hmm.
So B has an innate skewed sense of humor, okay? And sometimes it is not the most wholesome or mature thing, all right? And we still laugh at it. So I'm gonna go out here and say I'm guilty of laughing at some pretty fucking horrible shit, okay?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. That's just how it is, man. Like, you learn to laugh at what you learn to laugh at. Like, you can't. In my opinion, I think that once you develop a taste in humor, you will never ever outgrow that humor you developed a taste in, because some things are naturally funny, like fucking fart jokes. Fart jokes are naturally funny. That's just how they are. But people outgrow that humor. Mm-hmm. Some people don't. It's fine. You don't have to fucking not laugh at anything or laugh at everything. Mm-hmm. But I think that the taste that you develop in your humor will be with you forever. And I don't know, maybe some people can grow out of it, but I still laugh at the same shit that I laughed at like 10 years ago.
Yeah, I do
just
too.
because that's just, I don't know, that's just how my humor is. And if it's something that I don't think is appropriate to laugh at, I'll just do it on the inside. I'll laugh at it in solitary or solitude or whatever.
Yeah.
And,
I do that too.
Yeah.
I mean, I do hold back a lot as far as like laughing out loud for sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm not going to let anybody try to like put me down for laughing at something I think is funny. I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Like, like just a perfect example. This is pretty touchy, okay? But like 9/11 jokes, okay?
Yeah.
Let's be honest. It's been a long time, but I tell you what, every time I see that fucking gif of the Fresh Prince fucking breakdancing on top of 9/11 watching until it crumbles down, that shit always gets me, dude.
Yeah.
It always fucking gets me, dude. It is the goofiest, dumbest, like early like 2000s, 2010s fucking meme, but fuck, dude, is that shit not fucking funny?
Yeah.
It's beyond fucking funny.
I don't know.
I think
it affects people differently. Like just topical humor.
Yeah,
I'm just
sure,
indifferent towards, like, I mean, specifically like 9/11 jokes. I'm just kind of indifferent towards. It's not that I don't find them funny, but I don't know. A lot of times they're low effort, and it's, I don't know. If it tries to be funny and it's actually funny, then yeah, I mean, I'll give it a chuckle or two. But
I'll give it like a good hearty like laugh if it has some build up to it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or it's just something that comes out of nowhere and it's completely irrelevant to what I started like watching it with. That's some real effort into a joke, I tell you what.
I feel like my humor has just fucking I've fucking developed like a zoomer taste in humor where I laugh at like obscure shit, and I hate like when people say shit like oh I just find the randomest shit funny, or it's like, dude, somebody could like sneeze or something and I'd laugh at it. It's like I hate those kind of people because it's like you're just trying way too hard to be like XD random. But I don't know, I feel like I laugh at some real fucking just
we laugh at random shit all just if I were just here and I was just like just that.
Yeah.
Just that. If I just did that while it was quiet or just some fucking stupid shit, I know you'd fucking laugh at it, or I would fucking laugh at it. It's minimum effort, the lowest fucking effort possible, and it may not even be on purpose, but you still fucking laugh at it. At this point, there's been like an evolution of like what people's taste in comedy is. And you see a lot of shows now are really hanging on that like awkward, like goofy kind of bullshit. Like it's not making punchlines and jokes, it's putting people or characters into very awkward situations and seeing how they fare.
Yeah.
For the sake of comedy. That's the point of comedy that we're at now. There's very few comedians that still write like actual jokes and like punchlines and stuff that are actually popular today, to be honest with you, that I can think of. The only one I can think of is off the top of my head is Dave Chappelle, dude. Dave Chappelle's a fucking god.
I was just about to say Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, Dave Chappelle's a fucking god, dude.
Yeah.
He's the funniest man, dude. His shit. I used to watch his fucking show all the time on fucking Comedy Central, dude. And I really shouldn't have because I was a lot younger. But, dude,
Fuck it.
So many, dude. Fucking Rick James and fucking Ashy and all the skits of him being a white guy or like the news anchor. Oh, dude. Or do you ever see the skit where it's like husband swap? And it's like a black guy, and then it's him as a white guy, and they switch. Dude, there's so many jokes in that are so fucking hilarious, dude. When the black husband is sitting on the toilet and he's looking at like the Home and Living magazine, and he's smoking a cigarette, and he's talking to his wife, and he keeps calling his wife a bitch and shit. And he looks at the magazine, he's like, "Oh, bitch, you read this shit? It's kind of good. Look at this table." It's like a coffee table. It's like he's actually fucking shifting. Oh, dude, it's so good. The Dave Chappelle show was a fucking gem. It really was.
Oh, for sure, yeah. Definitely would not happen in today's TV climate.
Definitely not, dude.
No.
I mean, I guess the more like racially and sexually charged version of SNL was Mad TV when it was on Comedy
pretty
Central.
much.
I watched the shit out of that too. I actually preferred it over SNL just because SNL was really shitty at that time.
That's still really shitty.
Yeah, it's the right. I feel like SNL for writers and comedians is like the first stepping stone, and once they get successful there, then they move on to something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, for sure. I think I'm 100% on board with that. Except like I think as a aspiring, up and comer, that SNL is seen as like the pinnacle, and then once you get to SNL, it's like, okay, well now I've already hit this, so now I can do anything. But I think it's so hard to get on SNL because they have like hundreds of tryouts and everything, and they have a criteria to fit.
Yeah, that shit is definitely. I think the problem with SNL now for me is that, God, dude, everything fucking revolves around politics with those fucking jokes, dude.
Yeah, that's how a lot of fucking modern TV is now.
Oh, it's so fucking tiring, dude. It's exhausting. Yeah. It's not so much like I'm pushing it away because I don't want to deal with it, and if I don't look at it, then all my fucking problems with the politics are gonna disappear.
No, dude, for sure.
It's just like SNL is not funny to me because it's nothing but fucking political jokes and shit.
No, I agree.
And it's not like the old days where they could get away with saying some fucking like
heinous shit
because now everybody gets offended over anything, and there's already been multiple situations where people have been sued for like saying something, or they've lost their job over saying something.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Or,
I think the writers for SNL are just so fucking garbage. Like I
think they're. I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. I don't think it's that they're fucking garbage. I think it's just the fact of what SNL holds as its guidelines for jokes really holds them back.
I think you're right, because it's like, how many fucking Saturdays have they fucking written skits for? It's like, dude, you're gonna fucking run dry at some point.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that point was a long time ago. And at this point, it's just I would imagine it's very, very hard to maintain like a really solid structure for your jokes and skits and stuff that don't all resolve around the same shit. So I don't know, man. Maybe I don't know, man. Maybe it's real
like
tough being a fucking writer for SNL.
I don't know. I feel like people should be looking for other avenues for comedy other than SNL to make it big.
Yeah. Well, I mean, who the fuck watches TV, dude? Like, honestly, I think it's mainly just, I'm not gonna say old people, but I'm pretty sure it's people above the age of like 35 or 40. I don't fucking watch TV does anybody watch TV like cable? Or do they just watch fucking Netflix and Hulu like normal people?
Do you mean like as if they're like flip on the TV and turn on like the TV guide and like look the channels? Yeah, I don't know anybody.
Dude, it's fucking dated. Just watch Netflix.
Yeah,
Goddamn,
watch streaming services.
watch YouTube or something. You know how much shit there is on YouTube?
So much.
Millions of videos.
So I have been binging the shit out of the Right Opinions fucking analytic essays on people.
Mm-hmm.
It's really fucking good. There's so much good content that's like worthwhile watching that isn't just goofy fucking like fucking mukbangs and fucking LPs all fucking day.
Yeah, no, for sure.
There's some really good shit on YouTube.
I've been watching fucking binging with Babish.
Rachel watches the shit out of it. But then again, the only thing Rachel ever watches is fucking food shit, so.
You know what? That's the first food channel I've ever, like, watched as much as I do this one. But I don't know. I think it's just, I like Andrew Ray, the dude who does the show. He's really fucking funny, and, he has a nice voice, and I love watching people cook. I don't like cooking, but I love watching people cook because it feels like putting pieces of a puzzle together until you've reached a final solution that looks like delicious and fucking, I don't know. I'm weird.
I used to be on a kick where I was watching how people like gut and cook seafood live.
Yeah, there's a
I
dude.
watched that
What fucking
a lot.
what YouTube channel did that? Did you watch the same video that I'm thinking of? It's like a 40-minute video, and it's like a dude, just one dude who shows you how to like shell and like prepare all kinds of like basically every kind of fucking seafood, like crabs, lobsters, fucking oysters,
I saw one.
urchins.
He did it. I saw one, and it was a Japanese guy, and he did an eel. He taught you how to cook and gut and kill an eel.
Yeah.
And it was,
dude, like
it's pretty good.
Have you fucking seen how to prepare a lobster?
Yeah.
That shit's terrifying. It's horrifying.
With your guy that you watched, did he chop him in half?
No, what do you mean, like to start with?
Yeah, did he well, no, I mean after he boiled it.
So like okay, so no. Well, so you kill it first before you boil it. You don't
yeah,
boil
I
it
know,
alive.
I know. Yeah, I know, obviously. I'm talking about the guy that I was watching. He was making lobster tail.
Yeah.
And he had boiled it, killed it, boiled it, and then when he was ready to get to it, cutting it, he cut it straight down the middle.
No, you tear it.
And like when he fucking cut it straight down the fucking middle.
I think it's easier to just like, so like every I've seen multiple people do this like same technique, but you fucking like hold it with both your hands and then you twist it and then you pull it, and then the tail section, the abdomen section just comes right off, and then you fucking use that for your tail.
Oh, he was cutting down the abdomen halfway, and then when he got to the tail, he took some shears and he cut the tail in half. So then the lobster tail is actually in two halves.
Well, you can
instead of one
butterfly
giant
it. So
tail.
like you chop. I think it's like 2 segments on the tail. So
Yeah.
the tail is flayed out like this, and then you chop it like that. So the tail
Yeah.
like spreads out more, and you get you get a nice like butterfly.
You get a nice fucking little lobster butthole like winking back at you when you fucking eat it.
I've seen the crab one is especially terrifying because they have an apron where underneath the crab it's like a fucking apron, and it's literally like it's like a fucking lever almost. Like you pull it and you just crack the whole fucking thing in half. It's terrifying. Yeah, basically it's like you put your little finger in its butthole and you like pull it open and then you fucking just crack that shit open. It's terrifying, dude. I would not want to be a seafaring animal because
have you seen
holy shit.
That video of that woman laying down next to this dog, and then she pets the dog for a little bit, and then the dog just squirts shit on her and fucking gets out.
Yeah, she goes, oh, someone's a little bloated today, and then she like lifts its tail up and it just fucking fires a goddamn can of liquid shit at her.
It's like a fire hose, dude.
Yeah, basically, dude. It just
shoots right. Oh, dude. Every time I see that, I don't see it regularly, but sometimes you see it pop up on Reddit or something, and like it makes me gag. It is disgusting.
Why?
It's so gross.
Imagine
if that
funny,
was you, dude.
That shit is
Imagine
so
if that.
funny.
Have you ever had an animal shit on you?
Yeah.
Was it a bird?
No, I think it was like a frog.
Okay, well that's small. I'm talking about something bigger, like a bird, at least a bird size or bigger.
Maybe. I can't remember. I probably had like
definitely have
a dog or something. Okay, tell me the story.
I was at work,
Oh God.
and I work outside, okay, and I work along like power lines, and I work underneath bridges and stuff. So there's fucking pigeons everywhere, dude. Fucking rats with wings.
No, fuck
just
those,
fucking
dude.
vibing outside, fucking being the most useless fucking bird on the face of the fucking planet.
Yeah, fuck them.
And they do this thing that I noticed where underneath the bridges where there's little columns, there's actually little spaces on top where they make nests and stuff. And they make their nest and they lay their eggs up there, but their babies always fucking die because they fall off and break their neck on the way down. They're a bunch of fucking morons, fucking stupid fucking bird brains.
Fucking pigeons.
They're like the good feathers from Animaniacs, dude. They're a bunch of fucking idiots. And I went to go investigate one time because I was cleaning up the turnarounds where they fucking build their nest at. And as I was fucking sweeping off this little fucking dead body of this fucking bird that just on the fucking concrete, one just takes a big fucking hot and musty shit and it fucking lands on my shoulder. And I'm like, that is disgusting.
You got shit on, dude.
He just like... just straight up like
no.
fucking shits on me. It was
That's
fucking horrible, dude.
Yeah, I've never had like
it
an
was
animal
disgusting.
fucking shit on me.
You might don't count your chickens too
Well, I don't
soon.
fucking
You
work
might,
outside like you do.
but you may get an animal one day.
Oh, there's been animals. So I'll clarify.
I'll
I'll clarify a little bit. So I work presidential security. So that means I watch over like the Air Force 1 and 2 and like all kinds of special aircraft while the president is like not gone, I guess. Like when he's in the White House or whatever, the planes are in the
Your
hangars.
favorite president, right?
Huh?
Your favorite president, right?
What are you talking about?
It's your commander in chief.
I don't,
it's your favorite
I don't have a
commander in
favorite
chief.
president.
You don't have a favorite president?
No,
Why not?
because I just don't.
Are
Anyway,
you trying to avoid saying something?
So there are consistently animals that get inside the area that because it's a restricted area. There's animals and shit that get inside the area sometimes. Like there's a fucking skunk one time. There's groundhogs and beavers fucking everywhere. I don't know where the fuck they come from or how they get in, but they're just everywhere. They just are crawling around and shit, and it's terrifying. We haven't had any deer yet because I do believe it would be impossible for a deer to get in the area, but it's usually like small animals.
Do you kill them?
Pest control does. Pest management. That's their job.
They shoot them?
Yep, that's their job.
They rip their head off and wear them like a hat?
No, I think they just fucking shoot them and then sell or they can sell it, but I think they just give away the meat.
To who? The Aborigines or what?
No, just anybody.
They go in the corner and they're like, beaver meat, get your beaver meat.
It's mainly they sell the veal.
Here.
They sell the well, not veal. What venison? They sell the venison from the deer, and
nice.
yeah, they just give it away.
They don't make a profit off of it.
No, not really, because they can't. It's their job. How are they gonna fucking? It's their Air Force job to shoot and kill animals that are not where they're supposed to be.
Does one of them look like the fat balding guy from
Dude,
Over the Hedge?
I have a fucking story. This is in Japan, right? I got dispatched to a scene where apparently the only information we had ahead of time was that there was a dead animal and kids were like playing with it. So we fucking go to the place where we can see it. There's a bunch of there's like 6 or 7 kids like crowding around. I can't even see it. But we get up there and it's this fucking dead cat. Like somebody ran over a cat or something in the parking lot, and all these kids are like fucking huddled around it, like touching it and shit. And we roll up and we're like, hey, get the fuck away from the cat. Like, stop touching it. Go home, wash your hands. Stop fucking playing with the dead animal. So we call pest management to come out there, right? Pest management comes out there and it's this dude who's like, oh man, that's pretty sad. And I'm like, yeah, somebody ran over the cat. And like, and he has like a rake or something, and he has like a big old plastic bag, like a trash bag, and he's like, all right, well, I guess we got to clean it up. And I'm like looking at him, and I'm like, you mean you gotta clean it up? I'm done with what I gotta do. All I gotta do is get your name and rank, and that's it, dude. And I'm out. And he's like, man, I really don't want to do this. And I'm like, I'm like, what are you talking about, man? Like, this is your job. Then why would you not, like, don't you have training for this shit? Like, so pest management, their job is to, like I said earlier, shoot and kill animals that aren't where they're supposed to be, like an overpopulation of deer or fucking like cockroaches in somebody's house, or, you know, fucking bed bugs or termites or some shit. That's their job, is to like eliminate them. So this dude was going to go out there with the intention of scooping up this dead cat, put it in the bag, and then put it in the trash somewhere because that's his job. So he's trained on this. I mean, it's just a fucking dead animal. So realistically, all you got to do is just scoop it up and then put it in the fucking garbage. But, you know, he's like, oh, I don't want to do this. So I'm like, what are you talking about? And he's like, hey, you want to do this? And he like pointed at me. and I was like, he was at the time, he was a rank above me. So I was like, I had this mindset where I'm like, oh, I have to do what he tells me to because he's a rank above me. So in my mind, I'm like, I guess, you know, whatever. And he's like, oh yeah, I'll take your picture. We'll get you on the, we'll get you in the newspaper. And I was like, oh, that sounds pretty cool. So I fucking pick up like this metal rake. And I don't know if you have ever handled like a dead cat or like a dead dog before.
Yeah, all the time.
It's fucking like, just fucking, I tried scooping it up with the rake, but its fucking limp body wouldn't like get on the rake.
Shovel. Why the fuck would you pull a rake?
Well, it wasn't
that?
like a plastic rake. It was like a metal. You know those like 6 or 7 prong metal rakes.
Yeah. Are you trying to roll it into the fucking bag?
Yeah.
What?
Get
a
know what
fucking
the fuck
shovel.
I'm doing. He didn't have a shovel.
Oh my god, dude.
I'm not the fucking pest management dude. I'm like, oh, I guess I'm doing this right. So I'm like holding the bag with one hand, and I'm like trying to fucking scoop it in the bag with the other hand. And I'm sitting here for like 2 minutes trying to fucking scoop this shit into the bag. And he's like, there you go, man. Good job. So he like takes the bag from me, throws it in the back of the truck, and just leaves. And I'm like, did I just get fucking conned into doing this guy's job for him?
Yeah, dude. You got fucking conned.
Yeah, man.
I you know what? I don't think you could do my job that well then.
What do you mean?
I deal with that shit all the time.
No, I'm not saying like if I had the tools, I probably could have done it. It wasn't a matter of me being
I'm saying if a dog got hit, right, and it's completely still together, but it's like its neck is broken, and you don't put it in a bag, and you have to carry it and put it on the back of the truck. And then, can you also handle something that's completely blown up?
Yeah.
I
like what?
A couple months ago, a deer got on the road.
Oh fuck yeah, dude!
Blew up,
bodied.
Okay, two pieces.
Got fucking blasted.
And his eye was hanging out of his fucking head.
Fuck yeah, dude!
And we had to pick him up and scoop him up and get his guts, and it was disgusting. Yeah. It was fucking gross. I don't know, man.
Call me a fucking psychopath, but I kind of love it when deer get just fucking annihilated on the road. I love it.
What?
What do you mean?
You like it when they get
because they fucking
hit and
dude.
they
I almost hit a
and
deer
die.
one time, and after I almost hit it, I have forever established this idea that deer who stand on the road and die via vehicle do not deserve life at all, because they fucking jump out in front of the road. They stand there like idiot dipshits with their fucking eyes wide open, just like staring at your ass as you're fucking driving right at them. And you're like, okay, I guess I'll try to slow down, but I'm already going like 60 on the fucking highway or 70 on the highway. And this dude's like 100 feet in front of me, so there's probably no way I'm going to be able to slow down in time, but you just fucking blow right through it. And its stupid ass just gets fucking bodied. I love that shit. Dude, fuck them. Fuck deers.
Damn.
Fuck deer.
Fucking shit, dude.
They don't deserve anything.
Oh my god. Okay, all right, relax.
I'm sorry.
I can see you're getting your veins fucking popping,
I get
dude.
quite heated when talking about animals that just do stupid shit, and then people feel sorry for them. It's like, dude, no.
It's fucking steam coming off.
I'm not gonna feel sorry for this fucking idiot.
Relax. 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 Chill out. Okay, well, that was a lot. Now I know that you like to murder deer.
No, it's not that I like to murder them. You know, it's just a matter of
you
principle.
Think they deserve it, so you'll do it if it needs to happen.
No, dude, I'm not like gonna fucking look for deer on the road to run over. It's just.
But if you see one in the road, you're not gonna stop.
No. Well, if I have time to stop, I'll stop. But if not, then I mean it's gonna die, and I'm not gonna feel bad about it whatsoever.
What if you do stop and it doesn't move? It's just standing
Then
there.
I'll fucking honk at it and then wait for it to go. And if it doesn't go, then I'll fucking inch forward slowly until it gets the fucking message and gets out of the way. And if not, then I'll just slowly run it over. I have places to be.
Slowly.
It's a fucking deer. It has nowhere to be.
Like fucking Austin Powers and the steamroller and that guy's on
Oh
the ground.
yeah.
That shit's fucking great.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm good.
Yeah.
I don't got anything else to talk about.
Yeah. Let off a lot of steam.
Yeah, that was you let out a lot, bud.
I just
You really
I just
did.
had to vent about fucking idiot deer. All right.
That's okay. That's your mo.
Yeah, that's my my mission statement. I will fucking destroy any deer that crosses past
Oh
with me.
my god. Okay. Well, as always, our links are in the description for our Twitch and our Twitter, as well as our Spotify link. This is kind of getting easier to edit because Parker's actually helping me get all the images and stuff, and I'm just kind of putting it together. So
Right.
it should be out on Monday as per usual. But the only reason it was late last time is because I had two different versions, the audio and the video fucked up, and I had to redo everything, and it really pissed me off. But other than that, it should be regularly scheduled on Monday.
Woo!
I'll have everything ready. So yeah.
Nice.
And that's all. You got anything?
Nope. Stay safe. Fucking wear a mask. Drink water.
Yep.
That's all I got. Just don't be stupid.
Okay. Well, we'll see y'all next time.
All right. See y'all later. Peace out.
See ya.